You're not struggling in business because you lack skills. No, no, no. God has given each and every one of us a particular skill. That is something that you and I are particularly good at. And that is what makes us unique. You are struggling because you don't know who you are. And that is costing you money, time, and opportunities. But then I'm about to fix that. Most people are asking the wrong questions. They're asking questions like, what business should I start? What is trending right now? What niche is the most profitable? But nobody ever asks, who am I? This is not your degree, not your family background, not what worked for someone else. And because we skip that very important question, we spend years, copying business models that don't fit our strengths. We are chasing trends that we're not passionate about and building brands that feel fake because honestly, they are fake. Today, that ends. So by the end of this video, you will know how to take away the noise and discover your true competitive advantage. Why self-awareness is the hidden edge that separates the millionaires from the wannabes, and how to use that clarity to build a business that fits you, not someone else's blueprint. This is not theory. This is strategy. Now, here's the truth. Most entrepreneurs are walking around in disguise, who wear labels like clothes. I'm a tech guy. I went to this university. My parents are wealthy, or I grew up poor. I worked with CBN. As a matter of fact, I'm a doctor. And we think that defines our value, but it doesn't. That is just packaging. Now imagine you are selling a product, right? You wrap it in fancy boxes, layer after layer, gold wrapping, ribbons, diamonds, and then you place it in a big carton. By the time the customer opens it, they are tired and they almost forgot what they were buying. That is you in the marketplace. You've layered yourself with so many external identities, schools, titles, past job, social class, that you've lost touch with your core value. And here is why that is costing you. If you don't know who you are at your core, you will make business decisions based on who you think that you should be. One misaligned decision, even a small one, can take you miles off course. Think of it like navigation. If you are heading north and then you shift just 2 degrees to the east or to the west, after you travel about 100 kilometers, you are in a completely different city. Of course, you lost. That is what happens when you build without self-knowledge. So step 1, remove the packaging. Take it off. Not your credentials, not your network, not your past wins or failures. Who are you at your core when all that is removed? Now, here is where most people mess up completely. They try to figure themselves out by looking at other people. Elon Musk did this. Let me try that. This influencer is killing it with courses. Let me sell courses also. And they wonder why it doesn't work. Listen, if you buy a high performance machine and then you want to maximize it, what do? You don't ask random people who don't know about the machine questions now. You don't do that. You don't just guess. You study the manual. You go to the engineers who built it, to the manufacturers. You understand its designs, its strengths, its limitations. Same thing applies to you. Every successful entrepreneur I know, from Dangote to Mark Zuckerberg, to that small business owner crushing it in your streets or in your neighborhood, they have one thing in common. Just one thing. They invested time understanding themselves. Not just skills, not just the market research, but self-research. And where do you start? Books, mentors, coaching, personality assessments, deep reflection. Read books like Strength Finder 2.0 to know your natural strength or your natural talent. Books like The Lean Startup to understand your risk tolerance. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill to clarify your vision. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, How to Sell to Nigerians. And then the biographies of founders in your industry. Study people who have built what you want to build. Not to copy them per se, but to understand patterns, because there are patterns to these things. And here's the key insights. When you study great entrepreneurs, you realize they didn't succeed by being like everyone else. No, They succeeded by being more of themselves. Steve Jobs, he was obsessive about designs, so he built Apple. Oprah Winfrey was naturally curious and then empathetic, so she built a media empire. Tony Elumelu, he understood systems and scale, so he built banks and invested in thousands of entrepreneurs. Your superpower is hidden in who you already are, but you have to do the work to find it. Let me tell you something that will save you years. Your business strategy must align with your core identity, or it will fail. I don't care how profitable the model is. I don't care how many gurus are teaching it. If it doesn't fit who you are, you will burn out, quit, or build something you hate. Here is what happens when you don't know yourself. You start businesses you are not passionate about, and it shows in your marketing. You partner with people who drain you because you don't know your core value. You undercharge, or then you over-deliver because you don't know your worth. You pivot every 6 months because you are chasing trends and not your purpose. But when you know who you are, everything gets easier. You know what kind of customers you want to serve, what problems you are naturally good at solving, what business model fits your lifestyle, when to say no, which is the most profitable skill in business. I've seen 50-year-old business owner still confused about their niche, still trying to be everything to everyone, still copying competitors, still waiting for the perfect idea. And I've also seen 25-year-olds who know who they are and they are dominating. What is the difference? Clarity. When I walk into an environment, into a meeting, or where I need to give a presentation, or even on social media, I don't walk in trying to be someone I'm not. I don't do that. I walk in knowing what I bring to the table, where I add value, what I will and won't tolerate. And that confidence, it is not arrogance. It is just clarity. Because when you know who you are, you know what you offer. And when you know what you offer, you stop apologizing for charging premium prices. Now, here's the beautiful part. Even though we are all in the same markets, even though we all have access, to the same tools, to the same platforms, and then to the same kind of information, your version of success will look different from mine. And that's not a problem. That is your edge. The market doesn't need another copycat. No. It wants to see and listen to your own version. It wants to see the real you. It needs the real you. That is why you should never launch a product just because everyone else is doing it. No. Build a personal brand. Your unique combination of skills, experiences, and then personality is your unfair advantage. But you will only unlock it when you stop trying to be everyone else or try to be like everyone else. Everyone is unique at something. So be yourself. Now let me leave you with this. Business will test you. The economy will change. Customers will ghost you. Competitors will undercut you. The algorithm, it will screw you. And in those moments, if you don't know who you are, you will quit. Honestly, this is just the fact. You will think, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I even picked the wrong niche. Maybe I should just go and get a job. But when you know who you are, when you know that you are built for this, that your skills, story, and vision are real, that you are solving problems you are uniquely positioned to solve, you don't run. You pivot, you adapt, you double down, you turn to the challenge and say, I know who I am, I know what I'm capable of, and I know I didn't come this far to only come this far. That is the power of self-knowledge. It keeps you building, when everyone else is panicking. So if this video gave you clarity, don't just watch and leave. Subscribe and share also so that your friends could see it. Because every week I drop strategies that help you build businesses that work, not just something that looks good on social media. So drop a comment and tell me, what is one label you've been hiding behind in business? Let's build, let's scale, let's win. I'll see you in the next one.